Ladies and gentlemen, it is the week the week of WrestleMania, and it is time for us to finally get through our storylines of the year. It is your two co-hosts, Alex and Ryan. We are the AR Wrestling Podcast, and as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's start out, Ryan. How we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this weekend. I'm excited for this week and the week after. It's going to be a lot of pro wrestling, and I'm ready for it.
I'm good. I'm so excited for WrestleMania. Like I've told you and told many, many other people, if Jay wins, I cry. That's all I'm going to say. If Jay wins, I cry. I've said this time and time again, and I'm going to stick to it. So, but to get into, sorry, but to get into this, let's just get right into Monday Night Raw if you're ready, because I don't got any news this week. Besides,
no
potentially, I think it's Miro, Rusev, whoever might be making their, I don't want to say debut, but like
return or some,
yeah,
kind of like that.
So let's just get into it. It's Jey Uso, it's Penta El Zero Miedo, it's the Judgment Day, more or less for Finn. And we got CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman. Obviously, we get the Jey versus Gunther hype for WrestleMania. We get Penta versus Finn Balor before the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania. And we get CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns under one roof one last time before WrestleMania. And we start out with the Gunther interview with Michael Cole. We see the replay of last Monday's interaction. We get the promo of Gunther beating Jimmy up, Jay beating up Gunther, yada, yada, yada. But we get going. Michael goes, 2 weeks ago, you left Jimmy bloodied and doesn't even get a chance to finish. Gunther goes, last week, Jay walked down here, looked me in the eye, and told me he's not afraid of me anymore. Last week, Jay came down here, and let me get to the point. Tonight, I'm here to look you and everyone else in the eye and tell you Jey Uso's full of crap, and Gunther is getting basically dumb levels of booing, which is insane. This is Gunther. This is your World Heavyweight Champion. This is what everybody likes, apparently. Nah. Fuck him.
Nah.
Michael goes, we saw what happened last year at WrestleMania. Doesn't even get a chance to finish. He goes, screw everything Jey Uso stands for. Screw everyone who stands with him. Ever since I stepped foot in this company, I'm the greatest gift this company has ever received. For 80% of my time, I have been a champion. And right now, I'm the greatest World Heavyweight Champion of all time. That's false, actually. But I refuse to let somebody like Jey Uso ruin that for me. And we get Yeet Chance, and he goes, do it as much as you want. Jay, I urge you with your chest out at WrestleMania. It won't matter at the end of the day because the bell has to ring. And when that happens, you still can't lace my boots, and then I will put you down for the fourth consecutive time. The last 2 weeks, I've been accused. I've been told I lost control with Jimmy, not Gimme, Jesus. In 37 years of my life, I've never lost control. 2 weeks ago, when I took a bath in your brother's blood, I was in full control, and I loved it. And Jay, I want you to go pray. Thank him that I was in control. I would have drowned you both in Jimmy's blood, and I'm looking forward to next week, calling my mother, telling her how much I enjoyed beating Jay, and I will walk out of WrestleMania still the World Heavyweight Champion. What are we thinking, Ryan, for WrestleMania? Does he win? Does Gunther win, or is Jay winning?
Gunther might be one of my favorite wrestlers of the modern era, but it's just ain't gonna be Gunther's night. We gotta be yeeting all over, bro. Come on now.
Day one, just me. I'm already gonna be yeeting. You know it. Again, I've already prepared. I think you and Kaylee. If this happens, I'm breaking down to tears because this is just absolutely insane. So, but after this, we get into our next World Heavyweight Championship match for the women. It's not really like a match, but kind of like a promo video. We get Bianca Belair. She goes, lately I've been in my mind. Jade and Naomi has messed me up. Rhea and Io brought out a different me, though. WrestleMania has brought out my blood, sweat, and tears. Just facts. Something that I hope they're teaching their kids to do. You don't have to like the truth, but you don't have to deny it. I've been through a lot, but I'm still the best. I'm Bianca that won EST. I'm the Bianca that's never been pinned at WrestleMania. I'm the best Bianca you have ever seen. There's nothing Rhea and Io can't do. And you can't spell WrestleMania without EST. It's fact. Can't.
That's facts.
So Um, after this, though, we get right into I think our first match. We get some highlights from the final match of the Gauntlet match on Saturday, which leads to Liv Morgan with Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley, who has Lyra Valkyria in her corner. And the match goes on. Obviously, we start out with Liv slapping Bayley, but Bayley chases Liv outside the ring. But Liv beats her in the ring. At some point later on, though, Liv hits 2 out of the 3 amigos outside the ring, but Bayley sends Liv into the ring steps, but this allows Liv to hit the 3rd amigo off the steel steps. Later, though, Bayley catches a knee onto Liv's face and then hits a sunset flip buckle bomb, which, dude, that move needs to be used more. That shit is crazy.
It does. I agree with that.
Sorry, where am I at? I lost me. Liv hits a code breaker onto the apron, though, and Bayley later hits the stunner off of the ropes. But as we go later on, Bayley hits the Bayley to belly. Raquel so-called puts Liv's leg on the rope. Her foot never touched the rope, meaning Bayley actually won the match. And Bayley hits a jackknife cover onto Liv after Lyra saves Bayley from the oblivion.
I'm sorry for that noise. My dog
No, you're
just
good.
dropped her like 3-pound Chewy down the fucking stairs.
Let's go, Liberty! God. So,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
I
excited for
don't.
this though.
That is
I mean,
insane.
I
With
still am like, why the fuck have these two won
why
the
are they even
tournament?
paired?
Yeah, like what the hell?
Like you're not showcasing your. I don't know, man. It's kind of kind of iffy with it. So
The match will be good though.
the match will be good, yeah. After this, so we get a replay of Punk revealing his favor, which leads to a replay of Rollins and Heyman. Punk coming to Paul's aid, Rollins saying that he's now owed a favor, and then Paul Heyman is still Paul Heyman is in the parking area waiting on, I believe it's CM Punk. Rhea, though, we get her promo video. She goes, Bianca, I can see right through you. I can see your true intentions. You make me seem like the bad guy. When I lose something I love, I will stop at nothing to get it back. Io, I never had to give you a championship match. I used a page out of your book. I advise you to cherish every moment with the Women's World Championship because oh shoot, I'm sorry. I can't wait. At WrestleMania 41, I get back what belongs to me. I'm excited for this triple threat. I'm starting to kind of get excited for it more and more, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, this one I'm pretty hyped for. I mean,
we get
I
Rey
definitely see
Mysterio.
the holes
Go
in
ahead,
it though.
sorry. Yes.
No, you're good.
We get Rey Mysterio though versus Julius Creed, who's with the LWO and American. Obviously, they're with their respective teams. Julius starts out hot against Rey though, and lifts him by the arm like straight up in the air. But I did see Chad Gable is ringside, so where's El Grande Americano?
Not the same person.
Let's see. Rey goes for a 619, but Chad Gable later gets involved. Dragon Lee and both teams get up on the apron. Everybody gets sent to the back, though, and obviously this is where we know we're going to get El Grande Americano. Rey goes for a front-facing baseball slide. Julius catches Rey into a suplex position onto the ring steps. Julius kicks Rey, though. Later on, he ends up sparing the ring post after Rey sends him into the corner. And El Grande Americano comes out, and Rey tries to rip off his mask, but it isn't enough because Rey is able to hit the 619 on the Julius for the win. But here's where everything gets interesting. After the match, El Grande attacks Rey. LWO come to the save. Americano wipes out the entirety of the LWO, and Americano hits a diving headbutt onto Rey. This cheating bastard.
Oh, shit.
Look, Chad, we all know it's you. You guys have the same exact tattoo in the same exact location.
Literally.
We know it's you, dude. Just take off the mask. You're not fooling no one.
Not fooling nobody here.
After this, though, we get the War Raiders promo video, and the War Raiders have won gold on multiple continents. Last week, we had you beat, but you took the coward's way out. You say this is about these titles. Last week, you took this to a whole new level. You tried to put, Eric is saying this now, he goes, you tried to put me back on the shelf and end my career. And at WrestleMania, this isn't going to be a match. This is war. I'm excited for this match. I hope it's good.
Me too. I'm a little bit confused. Friday Night SmackDown's gonna have something on it that I'm like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
But
So after this,
we'll get to it.
New Day's with Jackie Redmond. New Day berate her. And the War Raiders are saying that the match at WrestleMania is going to be war. It's been war the entire time. The warpath stops at WrestleMania, and when we take back what belongs to us, it's time to remind the whole world the New Day is the greatest tag team on earth. And when we regain our championship at WrestleMania, everyone is going to start saying, "Thank God for the New Day." No, we're not. Fuck you,
Thank
Xavier.
God for the New Day.
After this, we get into AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. And they both kind of just start out bickering in the match. Karrion slaps AJ. AJ ends up backing him into a corner, though. AJ hits a nice little baseball slide, sending Karrion into the apron, but he later takes out AJ's legs, causing him to hit his face on the apron. AJ later breaks Kross down, and looks like Kross is injured, but he's not at all. Fools AJ, but this pisses AJ off enough to go on a flurry of moves after Kross, like I said, faked him out, which allows AJ to hit the phenomenal forearm for the win. I'm more excited about this feud than Logan Paul and AJ Styles at WrestleMania. What the hell?
On God.
But Logan Paul comes out. Speaking of him, he goes, AJ Styles. He gets booed heavily. He goes, Whoa, what's up with the hostility? Sacramento, chill. I came out here to tell him congratulations. Seriously, good win. You did it. In front of Sacramento. A bunch of people who weren't cool enough to live in LA. And you weren't smart enough to live in San Fran. And you just showed me at WrestleMania is going to cook. AJ, now, why don't we show them why our match is going to make money? Here's what you're up against. And we get a hype video for Logan Paul. This is really fucking boring. Boos just rained down, and AJ goes, that's a cute little video, smart ass. Why don't we start WrestleMania early and bring your ass to the ring right now? We see AJ with the 2-on-1 with Kross and Paul. Styles hits the neck breaker onto Kross, but Logan is able to clock AJ and hit the pulverizer on him.
The pulverizer.
The pulverizer.
Yeah, I am more interested in the Karrion and AJ feud, honestly. I like Karrion Kross a lot recently.
I do too. But after this, we see Paul Heyman still waiting. And then we get main event. Jey Uso. He goes, dude, actually, hold on. I ain't gonna lie. Crash Out Jay is fucking here. Jay's on the announce table, and we get Yeet chants raining down. And we get one more chime, and Jay's like, man, do we? Man, fuck it. Run it back. He goes, all right, check it. I said what I said last week, but I really wanted to holla at y'all. Yeah, my people. What up, Sacktown? My mama's somewhere out here. Look, Oos. They're like, Oos, Jay, where your mind at? Am I crashing out? Hell yeah, I'm crashing out. I'm locked in for me. I'm locked in for my family. I'm locked in for y'all. Check it. Listen to Gunther talk. You know what that made me feel like? He mad. Nah. You afraid. Yeah, Gunther. You afraid. And I'm going to whoop your ass in front of 60,000 people for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. And look, I'm going to see you on Saturday, Oos. And one time for the one time. Hey, Oos, please hit my music. Oh, yeah.
Yeet.
I love his promos.
Hell,
I'm not going to lie.
Go, Jay!
Any promo he's ever cut, it's been a decent promo.
Anyone that say Jay can't cut promos, he can't do good matches, they all need to shut the fuck up.
Hey, I'm going to keep calling this. I don't know if it's going to happen because I really hope it's not a repeat of last year. But if he does not go and use other moves, I'm going to be upset because I expect him to pull things out of his arsenal because this is Gunther. This is the World Heavyweight Championship. You can't just super kick your way to a World Heavyweight Championship win. That's a tag team division thing.
Mm-hmm.
But after this, we get the highlight of the night. Replay of Penta versus Dom after that match, and we get Kathy Kelly with Braun Breaker, and the odds are stacked against Braun. How is he handling the biggest title defense of his career going to WrestleMania? And he goes, yeah, it's the biggest, and before he can even get anywhere, the Judgment Day attack him. Which leads to Finn Balor's match against Penta, El Cero, Miedo. The match starts out, Penta starts drop-kicking Finn off the apron before the match. Penta hits the tope con hilo, and then later Finn drops Penta on the apron. Penta's able to hit a backstabber, though, and then he hits his own sling blade, but then shortly after, Balor counters with one of his own. Penta hits a sacrifice, the Judgment Day come out, and then Balor hits a sling blade, hits the missile dropkick, and then we see Braun Breaker's music hit. Breaker damn near takes off Finn's head, while Carlito, he's Carlito. He runs like a bitch.
Don't want to get killed again.
Finn's aid, though, and then this isn't enough because Carlito comes out and helps. But like I said, isn't enough because Braun Breaker's the unpredictable badass. He double spears them both, allowing Penta to hit a Hurricane Rana, sending Breaker outside as well. Penta hits a top rope crossbody on a Carlito, Dom, and Breaker to end the segment. Holy shit.
I'm
Let me
so ready
talk.
for this fatal four way. It's gonna be so
I am
much fun.
too. Holy shit.
Yeah,
So
this is one of the matches too, as well, that I honestly feel like it's a win, 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 no matter who wins.
yeah,
Honestly,
it's a win no matter who
like,
wins.
yeah, I'm excited for no matter what.
I'm excited to see if what Dom can do if he wins it.
Yeah, dude, if Dom like turns on Finn or some shit, or if like I've seen a lot of people saying Finn needs to turn on Dom first in it, because like Dom's been getting some like little bit of cheers here and there. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe we try to heat him back up, seeing as how Liv
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
devastated he
Dominic
is.
getting cheers out of all people.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what the heck?
And so for our final promo video of the Women's World Championship match, we get Io Sky. She goes, "This is a message for Bianca and Rhea Ripley. You're forgetting that I'm the world heavyweight champ, the women's world champion. Sorry. You push me out of your petty fights like I mean nothing, but I'm the whole reason you're fighting in the first place because I have one thing you both want, the women's world championship. So I'm done being ignored. I'm done being forgotten because you have to go through me to get this title, and I'm not afraid to take you both on to defend it. I've beaten you both before, and I'll beat you again. At WrestleMania, you'll never forget the name Io Sky, Women's World Champion. She's one of the most badass women in the industry. I'm so sorry. To me,
She
she's probably more
actually
badass than
is.
Rhea.
I really like Io. Like, seriously, like I don't even know. Like, she doesn't like have the size really, or the power of like a Rhea or a Bianca, or the aura of a Jade Cargill or a Charlotte Flair. But at the same time, it's like
This is Io
something
Sky.
about her, bro. It's
This is
like you
Io.
cannot take her out of this main event division. She's
No.
too fucking good.
Speaking of the main event division, we see Paul Heyman waiting still, and Punk walks in. He goes, "I've never seen you so stressed." And he goes, "Look in my eyes. What do you see?" And Heyman goes, "A cult of personality." And Punk's like, "Well, yeah, but a real threat who would never put you in the line of fire." We see Roman Reigns in the background come in, and Roman just walks off. Paul runs after Roman, which leads us right into Roman Reigns pushing past Heyman to get to the ring and getting a mic. And he goes, "Acknowledge me." This is where shit gets insane. The whole world can feel it. The whole world can hear that you love and acknowledge your tribal chief. And now the whole world understands you never betray your tribal chief. But not everybody's like you. Some people would betray me. Y'all got any guesses who that might be? Wise man. How could you betray me? We get you fucked up chance, and he he goes, he can't hear you. Say it louder. And he goes, why? Paul Heyman hits him. He can't get but yeah. First off, he can't get anything out without being booed. He goes, my tribal chief. It was not a betrayal. It was a favor that I had to pay back that I owed. Roman goes, I must be a little confused. The way favors work, you usually pay it back yourself, correct? It feels like the only person getting screwed is me. If there's one thing you know about your tribal chief, we ain't ever gonna ask for a favor. Nah. We take what we want. I don't owe a favor because I never asked for help. I never asked for help at war games. I never asked for this favor. So explain to me how I'm supposed to cover the tab for your dumbass favor. And that's where we get Seth freaking Rollins. He goes, let's give it up for your tribal chief. After over a decade, you finally get it. You're almost there. You're just missing one little piece. It's too little, too late. I still got to do at WrestleMania, and it's for the same reason it's always been. It's the right thing to do. This triple threat, this is the biggest, most important triple threat in the history of this company, WrestleMania, and the industry. Whoever wins at WrestleMania will define our industry. Nah, it can't be you, though. Because if this business is filled with people like you, people who don't know how to show up unless it's convenient, someone who has people do his dirty work, shit, it can't be Punk either. If this business is filled with little CM Punks around to pick up their ball and run and come back and leech off each other's success, then this business dies. Y'all want the business to die, don't you? I don't. And if this place is filled with people like me to always do what's best for business, the business not only lives, but it thrives. There can only be one, and it's got to be me. And as for that, one little piece you haven't figured out, favors don't happen by chance. Favors are a choice. I chose not to put Paul Heyman in the hospital last week, and now he can choose if he wants to pay that debt to me. He is a scumbag, and I expect nothing from him. And Heyman is not in Punk's corner by chance. He has made a choice. It is not just a betrayal, Roman. You need to ask yourself. He's not returning your favor. He's choosing, and you need to figure out why he's choosing CM Punk over you. And this kind of sent me for a second. He goes, Wiseman, he's right. You made your choice. And I made mine. Roman clocks Rollins, sends him into the ring post, and Heyman off the mic goes, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. That was great. But Roman looks at Heyman, and he shoves him by his face. This is where we see CM Punk, the Second City saying the best in the world, the voice of the voiceless come out. Coming to Heyman's aid, and Michael Cole goes, Punk was the first Paul Heyman guy. So we're really just saying fuck you to Brock Lesnar.
We really are.
Because when Punk wasn't in the company, it was Roman was the first Paul Heyman guy.
Mm-hmm.
Roman gets sent outside by Punk. Roman spears him, though, later unloads on him. And then Rollins gets back in the ring and hits Roman in the back with the chair, hits the stomp onto Punk, hits a second stomp onto Roman, and Rollins stares down Heyman with a chair in hand. It looks like Heyman is scared shitless. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Holy shit! Holy shit! That was great. I'm pretty freaking pumped up for this triple threat main event.
The more this hype goes on, I'm starting to accept it, but I'm still very upset with how they went about it.
Yeah, like how it could still be Jay.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. At the same time, there's a lot of arguments out there that are like, what's a better way to like open up WrestleMania? It's like you want to get everyone jumping, you want to get everyone hyped, you want to get everyone excited, right? What's more exciting than 60,000+ people? Yeet, yeet, yeet to open off WrestleMania.
Honestly.
I don't know. Just an idea, though.
4 letters, 1 word.
Yeet! With that being said, though, we move on to SmackDown, and the night before WrestleMania 41 opens at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Let's get it.
We see Cody Rhodes, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits walking in, as well as a black SUV pulling up, and we think, of course, it's our OTC, but who steps out? But the T-Move version, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, they arrive. But right behind him, they are jumped by LA Knight, and he slams Tama Tonga's hand into a car door. We'll get more on that later. Yeah. But as the show gets burning proper, burn it down! He comes out here. And I was watching this with my girlfriend at the time, and Seth had these glasses or goggles on, and she goes, bro, why does he look like Willy Wonka from the movie with those glasses? Like, damn. He goes, welcome to Friday Night Rollins. Doesn't roll off the tongue like Monday night, but it still works. We get a bunch of CM Punk chants, and he decides to sit cross-legged in the center of the ring. He also get a bunch of OTC chants, and he goes, we'll get to the OTC, but he wants to start with the guy whose name they were chanting. He calls back to Punk being gone for the past 10 years. Then when he came back to wrestling, it wasn't in a WWE ring. Now, was it? And back then, did he come back because they were chanting his name, or is it because somebody's son wrote him a big fat check? Then after burning every last bridge, he came back. And when he came back, was it for the fans chanting his name again? No! It was for another big fat check. So tell me when I'm telling lies. Ha ha ha! He doesn't care about any of you or the WWE. He's a liar, he's a coward, he's a fraud. He says that you want Roman the OTC, but the OTC, he doesn't even pretend to care about any of you. The OTC only cares about the OTC. He's Mr. Private Jet now. He's Mr. Limited Schedule. Mr. I handpick my opponents. Roman Reigns, says the crowd, though. They don't give a shit because we love our OTC. He continues, though, and neither Roman Reigns nor CM Punk understand the meaning of sacrifice. I know everything about sacrifice. This story between the three of them, it started 12 years ago. It started with Paul Heyman. Paul brought himself, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose into the WWE to be a shield for CM Punk. And every night, Seth sacrificed everything he had, night in and night out. Meanwhile, the people in the back, they wanted the cameras and the spotlight on Roman Reigns. It was always about Roman Reigns, the next John Cena, the next cash cow. This went on year by year, and after Punk took his ball and went home, Seth heard echoes of CM Punk's name being chanted. Meanwhile, where was he? He made every single show. He was in the ring every single night, sacrificing everything he had, his back, his knee. It all came to a head last year. My knee hanging on by a thread. My stepdad at home dying of cancer. But I made sure I was there, the very end, to be a shield, to make sure Roman Reigns lost. We get a bunch of thank you Seth chants. And this story started with us 12 years ago. Paul bringing myself and Roman into the WWE, but it ends tomorrow. The most important triple threat in the history of this industry. He promises to do exactly what he's done for the past 12 years, lay it all on the line, sacrifice it all to make sure this business moves forward in the right direction. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Does his laugh. And how are we feeling about this, though? Seth kind of cooked them all.
Seth, hey, he's that visionary, bro. He knows what he's doing.
Damn
I'm telling
straight.
you, dude. After this, I think something's going to happen at WrestleMania that we're not expecting.
Yeah,
There's going to be something crazy.
way. No, I'm gonna be back in CM Punk all the way though. Still, that's my guy, and it's his first WrestleMania main event. I want to see him get that win.
I went with the oddball pick, and I went with Seth Rollins. So we'll see how that. We'll see how this goes.
We shall see how it goes. I'm pretty pumped up again. This is one of my most hyped up matches for the weekend. Speaking of which, we get a rundown of the Mania card. I'm not going to run through it again. We already know it. We did a WrestleMania predictions video. Make sure y'all go check that out before you watch the big show itself.
It's up and posted.
Damn straight. But now we get to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And oh my God, this was such a roller coaster of emotions for me. I was cheering for 5 different people, and all of them got eliminated as soon as I started cheering for them. Oh God, it was rough. So to start this off, Karrion Kross goes after The Miz, who was last minute saved by Carmelo. Then Phoenix at some point eliminates the Garzas, but Santos doesn't go after Phoenix for it and nods at him, so maybe we'll see something from them. Kaiser gets eliminated from the match, gets an elimination of the match against Tyler Bate. Phoenix then takes out an alliance with Santos before tossing him out of the match. Chad Gable gets demolished by literally all of the remaining luchadors in the match, and Kaiser is eliminated after a triangle choke from Pete Dunne in the ropes. Sorry, I'm trying to go really fast here. But Kaiser was the first guy who I was cheering for, by the way. Then he gets eliminated by Pete Dunne. So then I'm pretty sure I was cheering for Karrion Kross. But yeah. Miz saves Melo from elimination so that he can eliminate Dunne. Then the final 4 is Nakamura, Phoenix, Melo, and Andrade. Out of all these guys, I was cheering for Andrade. Then Phoenix almost eliminated both Melo and Andrade right after Nakamura is out. Going for the Goodbye Amigos kick, Phoenix is knocked off the ropes and eliminated by El Grande Americano himself. The final 2 are now the run back of the great rivalry. I'm pretty sure it was 2024. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Melo eliminates Andrade, though, by switching up their Spanish fly spot on the ropes, and he is the winner of the Battle Royal.
That shit was crazy.
That shit was crazy. I definitely zoomed through all of that, so maybe go check it out if y'all got time to. It was honestly a really fun Battle Royal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty happy with Melo being the winner, so hopefully he gets a good push now. Even though he's with The Miz.
Hopefully.
We get a Hall of Fame hype up with the Mania 28 Classic inside of Hell in a Cell between Taker and Triple H. That's one of my favorite matches of all time. Absolutely love it. We get a replay of last week between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, and shows a piece of an interview between Charlotte and Wade Barrett, where she says that she doesn't love it, but now people are really invested in the match, and what matters most to her is that people tune in to watch Charlotte Flair. Of course, that's what matters to you. But fuck you, Charlotte. Okay. But now we'll get, surprisingly, into the Raw Women's Title segment on SmackDown, where Rhea Ripley comes out, and she says that Sunday is her 6th WrestleMania, and every time she's walked into a championship match. But this is probably the most important. She won't, but she could come out here to complain and make excuses, but there's no point anymore. Sunday, she gets back what she wants, and she'll do what she has to do. Rhea Bloody Ripley will leave your 3-time WWE Women's World Champion. Io Sky comes out, but she doesn't get a word before Bianca Belair comes out, and the crowd is actually booing Bianca pretty heavily, I'm pretty sure. And they all thought that they could drop her name, that being Bianca, and she wouldn't show up. They were wrong. Talk all they want. She will walk out of WrestleMania as champion. But of course, she gets interrupted by Naomi, crazy enough. She calls Bianca out for ghosting her since Elimination Chamber, and she wanted to handle it in private, but since she can't talk to her at all, she is here now. And Bianca says that it's not about Jade, only for Naomi to point out that she was the only one there for her. Jade Cargill then arrives, and a brawl erupts between literally everybody. And Io takes everyone out with a moonsault on the outside. Let's go,
I
Io!
like that. Let's
Quit
go,
getting pushed to the
Io.
side. Make yourself the center of this shit.
God, considering the center of this entire thing is her championship.
Yeah, literally. I'm pretty sure there was also like a little snippet here where Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill had a little face to face, and it's like, oh my god, give me that, please. I'm gonna need that.
You. Yeah, there was. I sat there, watched it. I was like, I need this.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Then American Made walk up to Rey Fenix in pain after the Battle Royal, and Chad mocks him about getting eliminated by El Grande Americano until the LWO walk in and back him up. Then Mysterio challenges them all to a six-man tag. They accept, and the Luchadors go talk to Nick Aldis. But before then, we have a championship match, that being the WWE Tag Team Championships. It's the Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns. And of course, it was going to be a pretty good match until the ending. The Guns waste no time in singling out Montez and getting an early lead, but Profits return in kind with massive clotheslines and a blockbuster out of the gates. But Shelley breaks up the pin, and that leads to a commercial. Then Sabin and Shelley rock down double team moves. After the break, this brings a missile drop kick into a flatliner for the Profits, but a Skull and Bones is stopped by Tez and Profits for another blockbuster. After Montez takes everyone out with his signature dive over the corner, though, DIY shows up and they take everyone out with the belts, and they steal them, actually, just running away with them. Been a lot of that recently.
Pussies. Really do. You're wrong.
Pussies.
Pussies.
But we'll get to that literally in just 1 second. As we move backstage to Nick Aldis, he's interrupted by Chelsea Green and her Secret Service, of course. Hell yeah, God bless Chelsea Green. She is here to make a formal complaint to Nick Aldis about the decision made last week, that being the count out. After all, it was a travesty against the country. Just pointing that out. She tells Nick that he's been served, gives him a big ass folder of documents, says that Nick needs to right the injustices of last week, and she actually agrees. Good on you, man. Good on your country. Well, actually, he's from England, but we're not going to talk about that. Says the only way to make it right is to make a singles match between Chelsea and Zelina tonight, and the Secret Service is actually banned from ringside. Well, fuck, Nick. Now you're going to get thrown in prison.
Oh, God.
But this is what I was talking about just a moment ago with the tag team titles. It's DIY running away with the belts, where they're confronted by Aldis and security. Then the Profits and Guns show up, and they almost cause a huge brawl, because, that just happens with our tag division on SmackDown. But Nick Aldis takes the belts away from DIY, and he announces that next week on SmackDown, to a chorus of boos, there will be a TLC match between all three of them for the tag titles, which, yeah, I agree with that. That should be on WrestleMania.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, after that, though, we'll move on to the Legend Killer himself. It's Randy Orton. He comes out to the ring, and of course, he doesn't have an opponent for WrestleMania. But he begins to talk about how exactly that. He has no WrestleMania opponent. He calls back to his father being in the first WrestleMania 20 years later, him competing at WrestleMania in Madison Square Garden for the first time. So there's an excitement for this year's Mania like no other, and there's no way in hell that he's missing out on it. After all, it is his 20th anniversary for WrestleMania, and he will leave it up to the universe and throw it out to the fans right now. At WrestleMania, he will show up, boots tied, and ready for a match. He'll do it for himself, his family, and the fans. So he challenges anyone in the back and anyone in the Vegas Strip that owns a pair of wrestling boots to come and face him at WrestleMania Sunday. But no matter who they are, they will fall victim to the three most dangerous letters in sports entertainment: RKO. A lot of rumors on this one. I do believe that it's going to be Miro. Um, I've had the idea that it could be potentially Malachi Black making an early debut. Even though his has been announced for the Friday after, we were all pretty sure. I'm probably going to stick to that one. I don't know. Big names that I'm thinking of is honestly just Rusev. Rusev, Nick Aldis. I've seen the idea of like Wade Barrett maybe gets off the announcer's desk. Who knows? Well, pretty excited for it though. But it is just going to be me for the rest of the episode. Of course, y'all. Alex got college stuff to deal with. No worries, no worries. Replay of WrestleMania kickoff show where Drew and Damian had a fight on stage, and pretty good hope. I'm pretty excited for that rivalry. Byron Saxton is backstage. He tries to ask Damian some questions about the Mania match, but Damian won't let him do his job. God damn it. Damian is just trying to earn a paycheck. He says he's done answering questions about WrestleMania. Right now, I'll send a message directly to Drew McIntyre, the same guy who likes to play victim and couldn't be bothered to show up tonight. Says Drew is not a victim yet. Oh, and the world is not ready for the violence that's going to happen on Sunday. He says that he's going to whip Drew so bad that he's going to wish to be future endeavored again. He's going to bring the punishment and bury Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. That's going to be a belter of a match. They're going to beat the shit out of each other in a Sin City street fight. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I got Drew McIntyre winning. Just had to check real quick. The Scotsman himself. We'll move on though to our next match: Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green in a non-title match. Chelsea quickly takes an early lead until they spill to the outside, and after arguing with the ref because he can't respect her authority, damn it, Chelsea is sent into the timekeeper area. But after getting back into the ring, Chelsea's turned around into a 619 into her favor, and after going up top, Zelina gets a mid-rope code red for the win. So I assume a title match is probably going to be in her future. Hopefully not a title win, in my opinion, though. I like Chelsea Green as champion, obviously. I don't think that's any secret. But I also like our men's United States champion because it's a replay of LA Knight being laid out by Jacob Fatu last week. No, yeah to that because bro got laid out. But we do like LA Knight, yeah. Who has a match currently against Solo Sikoa? But beforehand, we got a promo to get into. So, of course, let me talk to you. He says that last week was known as inspiration because after all those weeks of realizing that the bloodline likes to rely on the numbers game and sneaking around, LA Knight is ready because if they want to sneak, then let's sneak. In his sneaking, he done took out Tama Tonga, and right now he's about to take out Solo Sikoa, which leaves Jacob Fatu for tomorrow night. He points out that out of everyone, he has the most matches and the most wins, which makes this the most important championship. People like to say that they've never seen anything like Jacob Fatu, but with his stats this year, no one has seen anyone like L.A. Knight. Yeah, says that most likely in the future, Jacob Fatu will be a champion at some point. But he isn't here to talk about chances or the future. He's here to talk about guarantees and tomorrow night. And one guarantee is that LA Knight walks out of WrestleMania still United States champion with Solo about to eat it right now. Jacob Fatu is guaranteed to eat a BFT at WrestleMania with everybody saying LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight then tries to attack Solo Sikoa during his entrance, but he gets thrown into the ring. But after a commercial, Solo and Knight are brawling on the outside, and Solo drives him spine first into the ring post. Knight then gets the knees up to stop Solo's momentum. It's a DDT and climbs the ropes only for Jacob Fatu to arrive, stopping the Yabo and causing a disqualification. After the match, then Jacob Fatu and Solo jump Knight, and Braun Strowman, the monster himself, arrives. Then Nick Aldis soon after makes a tag match official for right now. So we'll move from one match right to another. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman and LA Knight. Yeah. Knight finally gets a tag after a commercial break for Strowman's momentum to be cut off by Fatu right away. And Fatu beats down Strowman because he on that Fatu shit. But Knight eventually gets the hot tag, and he does against Solo. Then a Samoan spike is countered and hit with the BFT for the 1-2-3, and our champ and Strowman win. Hell yeah, I'm excited for the match on Saturday. I know I keep saying that, but Shit, man, ain't nothing else to say now with the go home show. I'm just pumped up for Mania. We got Wade Barrett and Tiffany Stratton then in an interview similar to the one we talked about with Charlotte earlier. Then Wade asks Tiffany about the segment in Chicago going off the rails, and Tiffany explains that she felt bullied and overwhelmed. She says that the split screen interview was a moment of panic for her, but she used it to find strength and motivation. Wade asks her what happened if she does somehow lose at WrestleMania, and she says that that will not happen, and she is prepared to have the fight of her life. She says that she's standing up to a bully right now in Charlotte Flair, and she will not back down. Damn straight. That's probably going to be one of the matches of the weekend. Like, let's be real. Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, with all this personal beef, give it to me. Yeah. We'll go then to Rey Mysterio. I also got Tim, or Charlotte Flair actually winning that one. I don't know why. Charlotte Flair definitely winning that. Alex, I think he has Tiffany Stratton, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll see who is correct on that one. Well, we'll go now to a match we talked about earlier. Luchadors, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Rey Fenix versus All of American Made. Then Phoenix leads off. He's taking on Brutus, who can't keep up and is put into the Luchador's corner. But Julius helps his brother retake control of the match and also gets rid of Rey Mysterio. This is a point in the match where I'm pretty sure Rey Mysterio gets hurt because he doesn't get physical at all for the rest of the match, and we can see him hobbling along the barricade. But All of American Made hit Dragon Lee with top rope headbutts leading to commercial. I thought that was a pretty cool sequence. What American Made is still in control when we return and meet again Rey Mysterio, seen talking to a doctor next to the barricade. Well, I really hope he's not hurt. From I've seen a couple reports that say, yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt. He's not potentially going to be at WrestleMania. We'll see, though, how that actually goes down. I don't actually know. Cannot confirm. Cannot deny. We shall see, though. All the best to Rey Mysterio. Absolute legend. Hopefully it's not his knees again. He's always had knee issues. But Dragon Lee survives the Brutus Ball with help from Phoenix before stomping all three of American Made at once. This lets him get to Phoenix so he can start running wild with stomps, kicks, and ranas. And after the Goodbye Amigos kick, Dragon Lee is able to hit Julius with Operation Dragon, followed by Phoenix with a Meteora for the win. That was a dope freaking combo, I must say. You know, I mean, shit, man. Why not do a... In all honesty, we could do... If we wanted to move Penta to SmackDown or, these guys to Raw, I would maybe have Phoenix and Dragon Lee turn on Rey Mysterio at some point. I know it's crazy because we all love Rey Mysterio, but they turn on Rey Mysterio, turning heel. I would also have to have, because, you'll see where I'm going with this. I would have Penta as well go heel maybe, or you could obviously do it babyface, but I would prefer him heel. A group with Dragon Lee, Phoenix, and Penta as like your three killer luchadors for your division. They could be taken over. You have the Lucha Brothers right there, Penta and Phoenix, that can be your tag team. And you have Dragon Lee, who are trying to turn into this big singles guy. Why not pair him up with the best luchador tag team probably in the world? Probably ever. Who knows? I'd argue it. But that's just an idea that I had really recently, just after seeing these guys team up with each other. And it's like, damn, they kind of work well together. We'll move on from there, though. I'm pretty pumped for the main event for night one, as I've been talking about. It's probably my most excited match for the weekend. Punk, I hope, wins it. It's his first ever WrestleMania main event. I hope it's just a feel-good moment for it, for him, for the fans, for all of us, for Paul Heyman in his corner. And yeah, we'll just see. There's not much more to talk about with that match because we kind of said everything that needs to be said. Every fantasy booking that idea that can be thrown out. We'll just, only thing left to do is see how it goes, which is about the only thing left to say with our night two main event as well, with John Cena and Cody Rhodes having their final face-to-face on this show. And Cody enters first, but he doesn't get a word out before John Cena interrupts. Cody lifts the mic to his mouth to speak, but John Cena says, "Shut your mouth, kid." Sunday will be his 20th WrestleMania and his 12th match for a title at the event. He knows better than anyone that it's easy to get distracted by the noise right now. The only thing Cody should listen to, though, is the sound of his voice. Sunday will be his last time competing in a WrestleMania ring. No one has had the courage to do what he is doing in their entire career. There is nothing Cody Rhodes can do to prepare for a man who knows he is about to die. What he is doing is so unheard of that nobody, even the fans, believe it. Everyone keeps thinking that there's going to be one last match after the retirement tour because there's no such thing as a wrestling retirement. The reason that there's no such thing as one is because that every other wrestler is a scared, egotistical loser. And he says that every other wrestler needs these fans in order to feel successful in their lives. But Cena is already successful and he's satisfied with his life, which is why he doesn't need them anymore. He says the only reason he is here is to take the title away from Cody and from the fans. He calls back to last year when he said that the belt is only going to get heavier for Cody Rhodes day by day, and Sunday it gets too heavy, and he loses because of how much he cares about the fans. But the fans don't write history. Winners do. There's just one thing he wants to share with Cody before Sunday, and when he won Elimination Chamber, he thought it was impossible to beat Rhodes in a match. Then in a split second, everything changed when he said what he said to The Rock. He was given a choice to either fight for the fans or win. When he made his choice, Cena knew that on Sunday, Cody doesn't stand a chance. Then there was only one thing left for John to do, and it was to prove that the fans don't matter. He says that someday Cody is going to have to make a decision to do what the fans think is right or to win. Cody Rhodes might be, or all Cody Rhodes is scared, insecure, and naive. John points out that Cody says that he wears the suit and the neck tattoo because he wants to be somebody, but you don't need the neck tattoo or the suit because on Sunday I'm going to turn you into somebody. Damn, Cena. This is kind of the burn promo that we've all been waiting on from John Cena, and I mean, he went in. Like, it was pretty good. It was a really good promo from John Cena. I mean, Cody Rhodes even getting booed. He lifts the mic to his mouth and he starts getting booed. It's pretty insane. John even points it out. He's like, this is who you're fighting for. The people that are already starting to boo you. They're turning on you like they turned on me. They're already booing him. Cody, though, he says that you say you don't bury talent, but I know a graveyard of talent that would disagree with that statement. He asks John Cena if he knows any people at ringside, any of their names. Does he know anyone's names in the back? No. You are overrated and you are out of time. You're standing on wiggly legs and looking paler than Sting at Starrcade 97. And you call me an errand boy when we all saw you standing on the stage at the Oscars, butt ass naked for the people who you run errands for now. And John Cena, it is 2025 and you still can't wrestle. Damn. And that turned the crowd. Like, crowd was instantly back on Cody's side with that one. This is a pretty back and forth feud. I'm pretty, like, ooh, I'm into this one. I'm pretty pumped. Oh, man, I hope the final boss shows up. I hope Travis Scott doesn't. I hope it's, John Cena's probably going to win it, but I mean, let me finish this up real quick, because of course, Cena says that he doesn't have to wrestle. He pokes Cody in the eye and lifts him for the AA, but Cody slips out, gives him the crossroads so the show can close out with him leaving the ring. But as I was just saying, of course, hoping for something big. I mean, maybe not something along the lines of War Games. No, Bloodline Rules last year. Maybe not something that crazy where it's the Avengers all coming out to fight the evil villains group, but maybe it is just Cody Rhodes singled out by The Rock and John Cena and Travis Scott. I've seen plenty of ideas that people have thrown out that Randy Orton could get involved in this main event and potentially fill one of two roles where Randy could be the third guy in this group, where he turns on Cody to join this elite old timer faction of Cena, Rock, Orton, where their entire goal is, well, I'm tired of these fucking young kids. Like, it's time for us to bring back the old days of the hard shit. Maybe. Or maybe it is just a corporate Hollywood faction that takes over, and maybe they've just corrupted the mind of Randy Orton to maybe start falling in line with that shit. And maybe that's how we get the Cody versus Orton feud that'll distract him from John Cena until the retirement match, because maybe Cody Rhodes is the guy that retires Cena for the belt. I don't know. A lot of ideas though floating around right now. I really like the idea of Randy Orton potentially coming in to help Cody Rhodes when he's outnumbered, and just so that like we're not ending with Cody Rhodes absolutely getting shit on at WrestleMania, he's got at least some help. Maybe maybe he does turn on Cody, joins The Rock, joins John Cena, and we get a huge like corporate heel faction. Lots of ideas floating around. But that one thing is for certain, WrestleMania is going to be electric. It's going to be a huge, huge weekend for everyone involved. All of us here, we're all excited. I'm excited for it. Alex, I know, is excited for it. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know how you are feeling. Make sure you check out the WrestleMania predictions show. We'll catch y'all. The next one, we're actually going to be taking a week off. The week after WrestleMania, we're not going to be doing a show on the Raw after or the SmackDown after Mania, but we will be covering the big highlights of those shows the week after. It's just, a lot of wrestling happening. Going to give ourselves a little bit of a break, as well as we plan on incorporating a few new ideas, seeing as how WrestleMania is over. It's kind of the start of a new season now, season 2, sort of. So we want to introduce some new ideas, maybe separate episodes for Raw and SmackDown starting soon, where it's shorter episodes uploaded more frequently. We want to get started on Twitch soon. Want to get active more on social medias. Let us know how y'all feel about that and what y'all are feeling. Make sure y'all follow us on our social links. Twitter is AR Wrestling _. Our Twitter is AR _ Wrestling _ Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. We're on all of it. AR Wrestling Podcast. YouTube is AR Wrestling 1020. Our Twitch is twitch.tv /AR _ Wrestling. Not started on there really yet, but we're hoping to soon. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, make sure y'all check out all the other content. We won't be covering the next 2 shows next week. We'll be back with the WrestleMania reactions show. So as always, enjoy the weekend, enjoy WrestleMania, and thank you!